Doing this morning. Let me get this camera straight. We can take it back to the basics where we just going straight up in and we talking about our work right here. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes you got to just keep on working and keep on moving forward. How you doing, Rebecca? What's up, Cap Dad? Mark Dorfman, Jeff Spilker, or that Mark Dorfman and Jeffrey Spilker. How y'all doing this morning? Okay, Trump, true victim accounts of surviving Jeffrey Epstein. We gonna get into it this morning, y'all. How y'all feeling this morning? Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. We gonna get the tie straight. Make sure we got the background good so y'all can see it. You know, sometimes you gotta just take that breath and see what life's got in store for you. Want to just thank you guys for always being solid, always being in my corner, and always coming here to show out for our bottom line. Because again, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here, I appreciate you guys. Yes, y'all know what today is. Wednesday, hump day. Is it? Nope, it's Thursday. I got it. Let me see. No, it's Wednesday, hump day. That's right. That's right. I got you. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. It's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Because he woke us up again this morning for another one. Are you ready? You gonna let me know? Let's wind it up. Wind it up for Wednesday. Wind it up. Hey, let's get it together. You ready? Bling, bling, bling. One more time. Bling, bling, bling. I'm ready to rhyme. Bling, bling, bling. It's about that time. Bling, bling, bling. Yeah. And, ooh, yeah, this morning, it's cold outside, because boy, do I feel it. Yeah, the fingertips are cool this morning. I can keep doing this for a long time, but I can't. You know why? Because I need an around the way girl. That's the one for, she's the only one. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I need an around the way girl. I could do that though. I need a girl with extensions in her hair, brand new earrings, at least 2 pair, a Fendi bag with a bad attitude. That's all I need to get in a good mood. She can walk with a swing and talk with street slang. I love it when the girl ain't scared to do a thing. Standing at the bus stop, sucking on the lollipop. Once you get started, it's hard to make the hottie stop. Y'all know while I'm open, right? Because if bump that B. It's Wednesday, September 10th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, BOOGOTTINYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Yes, you guys, it is hump day, September the 10th, 2025. As I already stated, hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Get up, get up, get up. It's time to do it, y'all. It's still in the middle of the week. I know it's almost Friday, so I know how you feeling. And if it's a little cool outside, Some of y'all having a little bit of trouble getting up, but it's all good. I understand it. I understand. It's that kind of weather, you guys. Let me shout out who's in the building right now. Who we got up in here this morning? Who we got up in here? I see Donnie Bell. Good morning, Donnie Bell. Thank you for sliding through. We got Casey Ramos. That's my homie right there. How you doing this morning, Casey? We got Cat Dad chiming in as usual. We got Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Who else we got up in here in the building? Like I said, we got Cat Dad, we got Jeffrey Spilker. Also, we got Mark Dorfman up in here. Also, let's give a shout out to all of our people overseas, Amsterdam, all of the people that's not actually showing up, but we do know that you guys there. Everybody in Germany as well. Yeah, we know. We know what's going on. Okay, you guys, let's get it together because today what I got to bring for you, Trump. True victims accounts of surviving Jeffrey Epstein. I got some real heat for you guys, and you know what I'm gonna say, right? I got 5 on it. I got 5 videos. I'm going to stack and throw them to you guys. You guys are gonna stay on point. Y'all gonna let me know what you guys think about it inside the comments. We gonna stay on point, and what we gonna do? You're gonna let me know where you're chiming in from, as well as do you know what time it is? I like to know what time it is where you're at as well, because it lets us know. Just because it's 6 o'clock in New York City, it could be 3 o'clock somewhere else, 2 o'clock somewhere else. So that's why I want to know where you guys are chiming in from. And also, thank you for all the love, because all I do is give it right back, you guys. And you know what I got for you, right? I got a fully loaded clip. And you know what it is? It's time to do? Let's get into these titles. Let's go right now. What we got over here? We have Trump. True victims accounts of surviving Jeffrey Epstein. That's right, you guys. We got true victim accounts. We've been showing them all week, all month. We got new information on Jeffrey Epstein, comments, and all sorts of new information, as well as new documents that have been released. Keep it going, y'all. What else we got over here? We also have Pam Bondi visits Louisiana State lockup and the new facility for ICE detentions inmates. We got that full clip. That's right. As you can see, there's certain states that are complying with Homeland, that are complying with ICE, and basically opening up their doors and their facilities for illegal immigrant criminals. That's right, you guys, criminals. Let's go. Last but not least, what do we have here? We've got Mike Johnson. He pressed on Trump's plans for National Guard deployment. That's right, National Guard is supposed to be deployed where? Chicago. There's certain areas of Chicago that are being they're really shaken up. We got some direct information as well as follow-up gabble from Mike Johnson. And without any further ado, let's get to work. I got to get you guys y'all work before y'all get to work. So I got to get you guys tight. Let me get this information up. First thing that we have is President Trump, who went to a Joe's Stone Crab restaurant yesterday, walking out in Washington, D.C., I guess amongst the people to show his participation in being in the community as well. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's start it off like this. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Let's go. You're going to get a little bit of gaggle here as well. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Let's stack that deck. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you very much, everybody. We wanted to take some of the members of the cabinet out to dinner to say, and here we are, we're standing right in the middle of D.C., which, as you know, about over the last year was a very unsafe place. Over the last 20 years, actually, it was very unsafe. And now it's got virtually no crime. We call it crime-free. We're going to be announcing another city that we're going to very shortly. We're working it out. The governor of a certain state would love us to be there, and the mayor of a certain city in that same state would love us to be there. We'll announce it probably tomorrow, and it's going to be something where we'll do like we did here. But this city, here I am, standing out in the middle of the street. I wouldn't have done this 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I certainly wouldn't have done it a year ago. This was one of the most unsafe cities in the country. Now it's as safe as there is in the country. So we're here with cabinet members having dinner, and everybody should go out. The restaurants now are booming. People are walking. Thank you. Thank you. The restaurants now are booming. People are going out to dinner where they didn't go out for years, and it's a safe city. And I just want to thank the National Guard. We loved working with the mayor and the chief, and we all work together, and the outcome is really spectacular. We have a capital that's very, very safe right now.
The Israeli strike earlier today.
Well, I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled about it. I don't have to do that. I'm not thrilled about the whole situation. It's not a good situation. But I will say this: we want the hostages back, but we are not thrilled about the way that went down today.
So you were caught by surprise, sir?
I'm never surprised by anything, especially when it comes to the Middle East. I'll be giving a full statement tomorrow, but I would tell you this: I was very unhappy about it, very unhappy about every aspect, and we got to get the hostages back. But I was very unhappy about the way that went down.
Okay, speaking about what he was going into earlier with the safer cities and bringing in National Guard, let's get over to what's this, Mike Johnson. Let's get over to Mike Johnson as he speaks about the actual deployments that they're talking about happening in Chicago coming up. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Good morning.
Why not extend the National Guard to the city? Why is the House not voting on this?
Well, my understanding is it's not necessary. The mayor has invited the National Guard to remain indefinitely, is my understanding. So we've not received a request or of a necessity for Congress to act. So we're grateful for the results. I mean, the crime rates are down dramatically. I think carjackings are down 85%. I know some of y'all live in the Navy Yard. You must be much happier.
The public doesn't want it. It's very clear that they don't.
He's saying that the public doesn't want the National Guard, and they're being very clear. This is the guy right here that I would just love to, because he loves to just stir it up.
Want the National Guard on the streets.
Oh, really? Are you polling local residents? That's not what I heard.
Polls, lots of polls.
Every single person I've talked to says, thank goodness the president acted. I'm safer. My family can walk around our neighborhood without fear. Robberies are down 25%, I think. Murders down. I mean, we went 11 days without a murder in DC. It's remarkable. So this is the kind of thing that I think, average everyday Americans really appreciate. They don't want crime on their streets. You should be able to walk the street of any major city in America without fear for your safety. I think that resonates with the public. We'll see.
What should we think? What should we see? What do you expect on funding this week?
Lots of heavy discussion. Obviously, the deadline is approaching, and we all recognize that, but we're going to have consensus built around the final option. As you know, there are a number of ideas on the table. People are having discussions in good faith, and I'm very confident that all of this will come together right on time, as it always does.
And the Obamacare subsidy seems to be big. Epstein Cornyn talked about it. I think you had another Republican sign on this week.
We'll see. There's a lot of opposition to it as well. I want to point out that the Democrats could have fixed this approaching deadline at any time.
But they didn't. You're in charge now. So.
Okay, but they did their reconciliation package. It didn't was not a priority there. They missed opportunities. Everyone has. We'll have to see how it shakes out.
But
can you clarify, sir, what
I'm not going to forecast it right now. I'm just telling you there's thoughtful conversations about all of it.
Can you clarify your comment on that President Trump is an informant to the FBI?
Okay, I did this already. Let me do it one more time for everybody. Everybody listen up, all right? End of last week, lots about Epstein, okay? The Oversight Committee is doing its work. They're doing it in earnest. You may have heard Chairman Comer and other members that I think are headed down to the Epstein estate, literally, physically, to look at visitor logs and whatever evidence is there. I will point out, none of that was anticipated or included in the discharge petition. So this is the actual work of the Committee of Jurisdiction doing what it's supposed to do. You've got very aggressive members on both sides of the aisle involved in this, and they're going to uncover, overturn every stone and follow the truth where it leads, and we are fully supportive of that.
He had some more information to say right there. I hope you guys got it. I heard all types of horns and all types of crap going on. It's really hard for them to get content inside of that location. As you know, there's a lot of echoing going on. And if you're talking kind of deep like this or loud, it bounces off the walls and it makes for terrible audio. We're going to keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to California. Knows how to party. We got to go on over to Cali because we got this operations that's been suspended at the California port after cargo containers tumbled off of a ship This happened earlier yesterday, you guys. This is some breaking news right here. I didn't even know that something like this could happen, but yeah, well, I assumed it could, and look, because it basically happened. This is breaking news right now.
Images just coming in tonight, the disaster at a U.S. port. Dozens of shipping containers falling off a cargo ship and right into the water. Where those containers were from and how this happened. Trevor Ault is on the scene in Los Angeles.
Oh, what's going on in the stacks?
This is the moment dozens of cargo containers went tumbling off a ship at California's Port of Long Beach.
It looks like dominoes. It looks like once one portion started to fall, then more fell.
The Mississippi had just arrived from China early this morning, loaded with hundreds of containers.
Look at how they're teetering right on the edge there. This is the backside of the ship.
Officials say no one was injured, but cargo operations were suspended while workers rushed to secure the containers.
You see the fireboat, Long Beach fireboat there. I think that's their fireboat, using the water pressure to try and push some of those containers back to the corner where they want to keep them before they may sink.
Shoes and clothing seen scattered in the water, some containers falling directly onto a smaller boat alongside the ship.
If someone would have been on that boat when those containers fell, they would have been killed.
And David, investigators are working to determine what caused this incident, but some of these containers are still moving, and this is a major disruption at a crucial port. 30% of U.S. container imports come through Long Beach and Los Angeles.
David, Trevor Ault on the scene for.
So the crazy thing about it is, of course, you know, the water keeps on moving no matter what. So now, of course, if that cargo up there keeps on shifting, they have no idea what they can do to get that stuff out of there. They may actually have to let it all fall into the water or try to go pick them off a little at a time. I think they're going to knock the rest of them things in the water and just pick it out the water. Honestly, the ones that's loose, they might as well just go ahead and knock them in the water. What would y'all do? I don't know. I know one thing. It's going to be somebody in the water like Scuba Steve trying to get at that merchandise. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen while I get you your 2 more clips that I owe you. Getting right on over to Washington, D.C. to the top Trump officials that almost come to blows. You guys remember when Elon had the little black eye? You remember that, right? You know who did it? Y'all remember because we reported it. Do you remember? It's in the header. Look right here, you guys. I'm gonna give it away to you. Look at the header right here. Who's the one that always want to scrap? Even though they say he got the broken wrist. For some reason, Scott Bessent, he always be like, pow, stay in your place. That's right, you guys. There was almost some scrapping going on yesterday with Scott Bessent. He basically was like, look, check this out. I will punch you, yes, in your face. Check this out, y'all.
Now to another round of Fight Club White House edition. A source confirms to CNN that a pair of administration economic officials were on the verge of a brawl last week at a MAGA dinner party, I should say, right here in Washington, D.C. Who are these officials? We're talking about the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and a top housing regulator, Bill Pulte. Bessent.
Joshua, I don't know how televangelism would be a good thing for me because I make absolutely no money here. So a good attempt, but no, I make absolutely no money here. So I really suck at trying to swindle people out of money. Have a good one.
And threatened to punch Pulte in the face. It is CNN's Kristen Holmes and other colleagues who have this new reporting confirmed, I think, by Politico, which first reported it. Kristen, what are you told by your sources?
Yeah, well, I was told by a source who witnessed the whole event that it was insane. That was the word that they used to talk about what happened at this dinner party. Now, this is at the executive branch. That's an exclusive club, the social club in Georgetown that was set up by a number of very wealthy MAGA supporters, one of them being Don Jr. himself. So it was at this dinner, essentially the 2 men ended up near each other during a cocktail hour in which the source heard a expletive-laden rant from Bessent at Pulte. Now, we were told that he essentially accused him of bad-mouthing him to President Trump, saying he knew what he was doing and that he wasn't going to sit around and talk to him. Then at one point, it got so heated that he threatened to punch him in the face. A co-founder of the executive branch had to break it up. And during that time, Bessent was essentially saying, let's take this outside to Pulte, who, according to this source, seemed a little bit confused, definitely taken off guard. I mean, this is not the first time, of course, we've seen the Treasury Secretary in an altercation altercation that got incredibly loud, heated, and allegedly, according to some sources, grew somewhat physical. We know that months ago, when Elon Musk was still parading around the White House, he and Bessent got into an altercation that involved screaming that over who was going to lead the IRS. So this right here, we have...
Man, that ain't involved no damn screaming. Because Trump told on him right after that. You see how on point I am, right? Y'all better come on. Y'all better come on and double tap that screen. What did Trump say to Elon after that? You know, I offered him to put some makeup on it, but he said no. Scott Bessent said, bow, stay in your place, Elon. He cracked him right in the eyeball. He had that shiner. He came out like this, talking about they got into it. They didn't get into it. They scrapped, but Scott won. I'm telling you right now, if there was a fight that's going on, I'm putting my money on the stinger. Scott, let's go. My money's on the stinger. Let's go, Scott. My money on you, bro.
We have not heard any comment from the White House. We, of course, reached out to White House, Treasury, to Pulte. Nobody has responded to this. But again, sources in the room describing it as absolutely insane, confusing at one point. I will note, both of these men apparently stayed for the dinner portion of this, but they were seated nowhere near each other. And of course, Dana, one thing to point out is Pulte, who many people hadn't really heard of until the last several weeks, he's really had his stock rising within MAGA world and with the president after he's taken on personally his charge to try and fire Lisa Cook. He was the one who brought the charges of mortgage fraud against her.
We got to keep on going, you guys. Yes, please look it up. I do not be playing with this info. When I know what I know, I know what I know. Put your money on Scott Bessent. If you need somebody to scrap for you, he got you. We're going to keep on going forward now. We got where we going right now? Where we at right now? We got to go to the speaker. We did that already. We did that. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. We did the LA already. What else? How many more do I owe you guys before I come to these comments? Even though I already been there, already been in the comments. Okay, we got to go to doom, 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 doom. Bust it. Ice, ice, baby. I told you, when they pull up and they already got the people, that's when they should turn the music on. And then they be like, all right, stop. Put the cuffs on. I know y'all like, you son of a... That's right, Chicago. ICE begins operations Midway Blitz in Chicago. Let's go, y'all. Yeah, this is what they're talking about that's been happening, and it's coming to Chicago. Let's go.
And the Department of Homeland Security says it has begun Operation Midway Blitz, targeting Chicago and the state of Illinois. President Trump continues to emphasize that Governor Pritzker has not asked for the White House to help fight crime. Political reporter Marianne Ahern live for us now on the Southwest side with the latest. Marianne.
Good afternoon to both of you. Yes, we are in the Brighton Park neighborhood, one of the areas of the city that is on high alert. But not just this part of the city, also North Suburban Evanston. It has been told that it may as also be one of the suburban towns that is a focus of increased ICE operations. And again, it isn't just Evanston as the only suburban town.
That's what Tom Homan kept on saying. When you don't cooperate, we're going to send them in. So now you got the people like this. Papi, better be careful. The ICE, they're coming. The NSA. Homeland Security, don't go outside. They're coming. Real talk.
That could see these raids.
They should have just.
Supporters for immigrant rights gathered at Pulaski and Archer this afternoon, voicing their concerns.
This morning, we actually responded to a couple more sightings on 61st and Kildare. I was able to knock on one of the windows of one of the cars that was alleged to be ICE agents. They did identify themselves with the Department of Homeland Security. When I asked them why they were here, what were they doing, they said they couldn't tell me anymore.
This was never about arresting the worst of the worst. It's been about terrorizing our communities, but we will not be intimidated.
Also, in North Suburban Evanston, Mayor Daniel Biss has heard from the governor's office that Evanston may be a focus of ICE raids as well, even as Governor Pritzker says he has had no direct communication with the White House.
Because you don't want no contact with the White House because you guys are not compliant with each other. That's what's going on. Can't just say one part of the news. And the person that's getting mad at me for doing the ice dance and for moving all around and doing my boogie. 90% of the people, I'm gonna say 93, would rather me do that. So it's up to you, because that's actually something that I do in order to go against the illegal ones, the ones that are doing crimes against people, that have stuff going on with the R word against little children, and the people that are bringing in the internet. So if you got a problem with me dancing and doing an ice ice baby to them, you can kick a rock for a block. Keep it moving, y'all. Let's go.
We think really hard before putting out information like we put out today, because we know that we don't know. And the last thing we want to do is cause panic, especially when it's not necessary.
What is the limit to his power, and where is the line to be drawn if a president is able to go to war against a city he also...
Okay, so this is basically about to happen. The Blitz is coming to Chicago, Illinois. They basically warning everybody. And yes, you guys already said it. Scott Besson and who else should start a tag team? That'll probably be something crazy. I would like to see these guys actually fight. You know what it brings me back to? It brings me back to the old days when men were men, like they used to say, and men were men on All in the Family when it comes on, when they actually took it to the fisticuffs. I appreciate that. I respect it. My favorite rap group, my brothers, my homeboys, MOP, Billy Danzini and Lil Fame, Teflon. You know what they used to say? Violence is a universal language. Boom! Stay in your place. Keep on moving forward, y'all. That's what we got to do right now. Okay, what we got right now? We got this Los Angeles situation where, surprising to say at least, they say Joe Biden is shocked with the limits on Los Angeles immigration stops now, and they're going to ramp up. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a lot of different immigration situations going on. I don't want you guys to get angry at me for what's going on because I'm reporting the news. But yes, I do promote when illegal criminals that harm people get arrested. I'm all for that. If you got a problem with that, Lewis, kick a rock for a block. Keep on moving. Let's go.
We're going to be starting with the Supreme Court ruling that I've got to say really caught me off guard. It's only temporary right now, but the decision was basically made that ICE officers can stop people for the crime.
Let me help you, Lewis.
Of being Hispanic, despite the fact in 1975, the court ruled that if you were a Mexican, police officers couldn't stop you.
This isn't really shopping.
That's a yes.
I mean, discover.
All right. Lewis is no longer with us. He doesn't abide by the rules, and no, can't have you around here, buddy, because you're gonna try to taint the people, and that's not what we do around here. We don't do that.
That you were Mexican. So yeah, this is crossing a line, and it is only temporary, but you do wonder why in America you would have 6 Supreme Court justices saying it's okay to stop somebody and search them.
Right.
And that's not a violation of the United States Constitution or the constitutional rights because they speak Hispanic or because they may have a certain job. So that's where we are.
This is where we stand right now. Let's dig into it. The Supreme Court blocked a lower court ruling that restricted the ability of federal officers to conduct immigration stops in Los Angeles. The High Court's decision puts a hold on a July ruling that said immigration agents could not stop people purely because of their race or ethnicity, because they speak Spanish, or because of their work or the places they congregate.
Now, I got 2 different feelings about this situation right here, because I've been profiled myself, of course. Been profiled for many times. Been profiled for a hat that I wore. I've been profiled because of my skin color. Been profiled because somebody was just, trying to hate on me because they saw that I was probably doing better than he was. The thing about that is this. You have to keep on moving through situations like that if you can. Be honest with you. That's how you got to look at that. I've been profiled where I was walking down the street and I'm with a group of guys that look a little sketchy and they pick me out of the crowd. I can't look at that like I'm not walking with the wrong sort of guys and I shouldn't be around these guys. So that's probably why they picked you out that crowd, Boogotti. Also, if you take that hat off, because they always used to be like, hey, you with the green hat, come here. If I'm wearing that green hat, come in. You with the blue hat, and always be like, how come every time I got this? So you know what I also stopped doing? Stop wearing hats. That's why you see the waves busting so good. Real talk. It's not a good thing, and I'm not trying to make laughter out of it, but I do condone certain sorts of stops and frisks. I condone the guys that's wearing the ski masks and walking around, and what are you still doing with a mask on? I condone like somebody looking like they're trying to tuck something or hide something or run in some sort of weird way, depending on what it is, because people run weird, so I can't just say anybody that's running, but it just depends on the nature of the situation. But because of what's going on in our country, I would say that there's a very heightened level of stop and frisk going on right now. So it's really hard for me to give an opinion on that. I got to just say that's my understanding of it. Keep on moving forward. We're going to go to Louisiana, where Pam Bondi and what was that? Christy Nome. They were visiting the prison lockup, the new facility that they're going to be utilizing for the illegal criminal aliens that they're locking up. There's another facility opening.
Thank you, Secretary Nome, for your tireless work keeping our country safe, making our country safe. And Governor Landry, thank you for your partnership with the Trump administration to make Louisiana safe and in turn make America safe. We're working to secure our borders, remove dangerous illegal aliens, stop drug and human smuggling, and lock up these criminals as long as we can in our prisons. Thanks to Secretary Nome, Homeland Security, all of our agencies working together to apprehend these illegal aliens, and Governor Landry for your use of this incredible facility, locking them up and keeping them here where they will be prosecuted by our great U.S. attorneys here in Louisiana, and they won't go anywhere. Look behind us. Louisiana, you're going to be an example for the rest of this country. Thank you. We've been working together on Operation Viper, a joint effort between Louisiana law enforcement and the Justice Department's FBI, DEA, ATF, and U.S. Marshals to disrupt the illegal criminal drug organizations here in Louisiana. Over a 3-week span, we got 140 violent criminals arrested, more than 100 firearms seized, $250,000 in cash, fentanyl, meth, cocaine taken off the streets as a result of everyone working together. The Middle District of Louisiana, 52 federal indictments, 68 defendants. Eastern District of Louisiana, dozens of kilos of fentanyl seized and other deadly drugs linked to CJNG and Sinaloa cartels. They have been seized. Our U.S. attorneys have charged nearly 100 defendants with illegal immigration offenses. And now we have a place to house them all. One example, Miguel Dominguez, who came here illegally from Honduras. In June, he entered our country. He entered a plea in June with 4 counts, one including a firearms charge and illegally distributing cocaine throughout Louisiana. He entered a plea, he will be sentenced, and he will serve his sentence in our country in an American prison because he was committing crimes against Americans. As part of Louisiana's Operation Go, it is a national model for states seeking to protect their citizens.
I don't understand a lot of people in the comments, man. I understand the fact that you're probably thinking in one-dimensional. You're probably thinking about the working person, the ones that work and actually help out the communities, that do the jobs that other people don't want to do, that have been here for so long, that have raised families. I'm not talking about those people, you guys. Got me messed up. And as far as the guys running around with the ski masks on and stuff like that, if you condone that, I think you really need to take a second look at yourself. I'm trying to deal with some people in the comments and let you guys rock out because I really like to be fair, but you're really not making a lot of sense when it doesn't make common sense. Running around with a ski mask on, like, for what? It's 90 degrees outside. What you doing with that on? You think you're ugly? Matter of fact, let me see your face. Matter of fact, no, you look fine. Just keep the mask off. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, do your boy a favor and double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content. Yes, We got some more. We got some Epstein information coming up. We're gonna knock your socks off. But if I do it first, y'all not gonna want to stick around. So this is for the troopers. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What we got on over here? Casey Ramos, absolutely. Thank you for the common sense. What else we got over here? Rebecca, thank you. Facts. 100. All my gloves. That's why y'all gloved up. Everybody else, I get you. I get you. Y'all want to play, he don't know what the F he talking about, says market, whatever like that. That's why you over there by yourself. I think you in the wrong spot or whatever. You called us to watch, sir. No, I didn't. Captain Obvious, actually a notification came up, and that's what happens over here. It's up to you guys to see the content, and you're looking at me like I'm pushing something on you. No, I'm showing you information, and you're probably not liking what's going on with this information that's being given to you guys. And I give it to you with the castor oil. Sometimes it tastes nasty, but it's good for you. I don't live in the aspect of myself in my mind. I'm a marketing executive. I cater to the majority of people. That's why I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat, and I'm not an independent. I'm a human being. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I got some information to bring to you guys. I think I'm gonna finally give you guys some Epstein stuff. Let's go. We got a new batch of Epstein files that have been released by the Oversight Committee. Also, we've got three different links in the description for Epstein content. It's the old 2008 case. We've got the other link that has to go to anything that has to do with the shipping, the manifest, and the flight logs. And then we have the updated information. Click that link. It's right there right now. All three of them are there too, as well as our surveys that's always there.
And welcome back, everyone, here to Live Down from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you. We come back with some breaking news. You know, it seems like every day there are some new updates regarding these Epstein files, and we are learning now that the House Oversight Committee releasing a new batch of these files. Take a look here from Fox News saying House Oversight Committee releases a new trove of Jeffrey Epstein files, including his will, a legal agreement, and entries from his address book. So let's continue to break it down and bring in my next guest here to help us do that. This is Kaylin Deese with the Washington Examiner. Thanks so much for being with us. We always appreciate it.
Appreciate having me on, Mike.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit. Every day, you know, there seems to be these new updates, these new troves of these documents. And I mean, what really sticks out to you this day?
Well, for one thing, I think that the letter that we saw, the illustration, I guess, if you will, of the birthday note that was allegedly written by Donald Trump is very interesting to see that sort of in the ether, because one thing that we know is that there's this ongoing lawsuit that the president has filed against News Corp over the reporting that was done on this illustration, on this letter, so to speak. And, the thing that stands out to me is that one thing is that the administration has already denied that this was the signature of the president, pointing to some of his more recent signatures where they just don't sort of add up in the shape and the form.
I almost made a mistake and got rid of you, Ron.
Of which he normally signs things today as president, although there have been some revelations about some of the things that he signed back in the 90s, many different accounts where we do see this little swoop, this little line that he draws at the end of the signature that does seem to sort of resemble what we see in this note that he allegedly sent in the Epstein book. So I think that it is interesting, given that there is that lawsuit, again, against News Corp, against your parent company, over the Wall Street Journal's reporting about this, because notably, the Wall Street Journal did say it hedged in its reporting that this isn't something that they could verify technically whether it was Donald Trump's signature. So I think that it is going to be interesting going forward with this lawsuit, whether the defendants that are named in it, News Corp, Murdoch, so to speak, decide to maybe move to dismiss this case because...
all right. I see y'all going back and forth with this and you kind of jumbling right there. I got more Epstein information. So what's going on here is they trying to say that the document may be fake, documents. The document is they're trying to claim the document is fake, and they're still trying to authenticate. But yes, Trump is still moving forward with the case against Rupert Murdoch. We got more to get into, you guys. Details on alleged Trump message for Epstein. Here we go right here. Let's go into the details a little more, as well as the denial from the president that said that that's not his handwriting and he did not write this.
Thank you for joining us. And we do begin tonight with strong reactions from the White House over a new chapter in the Epstein saga. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee have released a letter that they claim President Trump wrote to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Both sides. We play both sides over here,
writing
y'all. Both
was
sides.
allegedly made for Epstein's 50th birthday. The full text of that letter is framed in a drawing of a woman's body right there. And it ends with the line, "Happy birthday. May every day be another wonderful secret." The Republican-led House Oversight Committee is currently, of course, investigating the federal case into Epstein. Last week, it released more than 33,000 pages of files related to the case, although most of them were already public. In a post on X, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, in part, "It's very clear President Trump did not draw this picture and he did not sign it." She goes on to say, "This is fake news to perpetuate the Democrat Epstein hoax." CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us now. And Katrina, quite the letter here. Where did this letter come from, and how did it get in the hands of Congress?
So it was in the possession of Jeffrey Epstein's estate, but it was part of this book you mentioned. It was put together by Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein's 50th birthday. She collected letters from his friends, his associates, and then this letter that is supposedly from now President Donald Trump. Now, Trump denies this, but the House Oversight Committee had requested it from the estate. It was turned over with a number of things today, Nancy. So also Epstein's will, this 2007 non-prosecution agreement between the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida and Jeffrey Epstein, as well as address and contact books and some financial information about Epstein.
So address and contact books, we would be good with that. Don't try to just keep on saying it. It's the second clip that they said that. Address and contact book. I would be cool with that as part of the list. I don't know about you guys, but what do y'all think? Would you be okay with some of the addresses of the people, not telling where they live at, but I'm talking about, hey, he's got this person's phone number and their address. Let's look into it. And that person's name, hey, what's such and such doing dealing with him? That's what I'm talking about. Don't give away the address, but the person or the people's names if they're under question. But they're trying to redact the victims. But as far as, like, let's say people that work for him, people that were, setting up all of these massages, the people that were on the flights, the people that were doing the, what do they call the people that handle the flight attendants and stuff like that? If he's got phone numbers for those people, and the people that were working for him and for going and supporting this crazy lifestyle, I think those people's names need to be put out. Let's keep on going.
Epstein's accounts, but this letter that appears to be from Donald Trump has now been released to the public. And also, I should mention, it first came to light back in July when the Wall Street Journal published a story on it. Trump said it was fake, the letter didn't exist. He sued the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion for defamation.
Yeah, given that, I was going to ask, we've been hearing about this letter for quite some time. Does having this letter out in the public now change anything with that particular lawsuit?
I mean, for one, it validates the Wall Street Journal that it does in fact exist. Of course, it still has to be proven that it is in fact something that was drawn and written by President Trump, and his team is still distancing himself from it.
How would they do that? How would they authenticate this drawing? How would they do that? That's a question. I don't know. I'm not a genius, but it's a question that I'm sure that you guys have. So I ask those questions like that as well, because I would want to know, how would they actually authenticate it? They would probably look at a bunch of other signatures and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people out here that's quick with the flick of the wrist, and then they got the auto pen. They got auto pens that can write any signature. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. I don't know. What y'all think? We're going to keep on going forward. Somebody says she's a Lil's Naya. Sky says she's a liar. They're lying. This is a damn shame, says Tanya. Richard says no, because that person might not be a pedo. Then you ruin that person's life. See, we have to let us go with the process. You're right about that, but not the fact that they're a pedo, the fact that what did they do to support his advancement in these negative actions that he was doing. So if you're like the lady that they talked about yesterday when we showed the clips, the one that was speaking to these minors, taking their phone numbers, setting up massages, and understanding and saying, bring more women and $200 and stuff like that. Man, listen, I don't care if they're not identified as a pedo. They need to be identified as, what's the other charge? Causing harm to children or whatever they cause, whatever, you know. I got to be careful. I'm saying certain things in my sentence. We're going to move on forward now. We got to keep on moving forward. I'll be trying to drop it on y'all because you don't be understanding certain aspects. You got to look at things from more than one aspect, guys. And I'm not talking to my common gloves. I'm talking about the other people that's in here. Look at things from more than one perspective. When you're playing chess, you don't just look in one direction. You got to think of the person coming at you, moves that they can make against you as well. Stop thinking one way. This way you understand the field and what could be possibilities. And now you got to one up on everybody. And now you start working on countermeasures. That's what it's all about. Come on, y'all, let's go. Charges downgraded in a fatal Center City situation where there was a pow-powing, and they got video evidence over here. This woman got into an altercation with a man, pulled out a weapon. He took it, and now she's no longer alive. What do you guys call this? Do you call it self-defense? Because of the fact that they had the video footage, they were actually able to downgrade the charges. Let's go, y'all.
We are learning much more tonight about a deadly encounter that played out on a Center City sidewalk late last week. Newly obtained surveillance video shows the moment it all unfolded last Friday evening at the corner of 12th and Chestnut. As the video shows, it began with a verbal argument and quickly escalated. The woman killed shot with a gun that she pulled out and aimed at the man, who then grabbed it from her and fired it at her. Tonight, the DA is downgrading charges that were just filed against the shooter. Action News reporter Annie McCormick live in Center City
Good morning,
tonight
Sky.
with all the latest, Annie.
Yeah,
Okay,
Brian, in
Bruno,
light of this new
no
video
problem.
that you're about to see portions of, the district attorney announced today that he is downgrading the suspect's most serious charge of murder to voluntary manslaughter. New video shows the final moments of 33-year-old Lauren Jardine. Watch as a disagreement between Jardine and the suspect escalates. Jardine pulls a gun. Then it appears the suspect pulled a screwdriver. The two tussle, then the suspect wrestles Jardine's gun away. We stopped the video before the shooting. Police say he shot her multiple times. Additional video taken by someone in a nearby building also shows part of the crime. Police arrested and charged John Kelly. This all unfolded just before 6 p.m. Friday at busy 12th and Chestnut Street. Jardine's family shared these photos with Action News. Just last year, she spoke at a city event for adult education and family literacy. There, she talked about working to earn her GED after her grandmother passed, saying, quote, "Now more than ever, I'm sincere and dedicated to earning my GED for both her and me, so one day I can start my own business." According to 6ABC's data team, of all the shootings across Philadelphia over the last 12 months, less than 5% of the victims were shot in the 9th District, which covers Center City. Some nearby residents tell Action News the suspect has been known to cause problems at this intersection. This man described the suspect's behavior on the day of the crime.
When I was walking to the gym, he was screaming down the street.
Now, Brian, the video also shows another woman trying to stop Kelly. Police believe that that was Kelly's girlfriend, and what started all of this was that Jardine tried to stop a fight between the couple. For now, reporting live in Center City, Annie McCormick, Channel 6, Action News. Brian.
That's why it's not always good to get involved in other people's business, man. Sometimes I know you might see something going on and you want to intervene, but it's not always good. We want to pray for the person that lost their life. And we do understand that she was probably trying to take care and look out for the lady that was being manhandled. But we also want to pray for the friends and the family around and possibly the people that got shocked in seeing this terrible, tragic event. And Lord, we pray that we have less of these tragic events happen and people can actually come together and have a conversation. We ask that today in Jesus' name, amen. Keep on moving forward, you guys. And I know you guys disagree with me on topics and you agree with me on certain topics. That's why we have this platform. I ain't kicking you out. I'm not like other places. Say what you got to say. Oh, Bugatti don't know what he's saying. It's propaganda. Also, all of those who want to have a one-on-one, we're starting a new show at 6 o'clock. So y'all can come and have a debate with me. That's what we do. We have debates, right? And then out of that, we have communication. Out of the communications, hopefully comes solutions. That's why we do this channel over here. That's why I do this. That's why we made this channel over here. We're going to keep on moving forward, y'all. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. Because now what I got for you is kind of, we got this disgusting response. And this shocking from the mayor's response in a fatal stills nabbing. You guys remember in South Carolina, we're probably one of the first people that broke this story. South Carolina, we had a terrible, tragic situation where there was a woman that just boarded the train. She sat down, and the next thing you know, she lost her life to this tragic event. There's more follow-up to this event that happened, and there's a lot more dialogue. I have to be careful because of what the topic is about certain select words that I may read. I'm gonna let them say it. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
A lunatic just got up and started, it's right on the, a lunatic just got up and started, it's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible, but just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
President Trump on that brutal killing in Charlotte, North Carolina, that is igniting outrage. Of course, that was just a short time ago from his remarks at the Religious Liberty event. The silence from the liberal media and Democrats is actually heartbreaking. Don't they care that their soft on crime policies are getting people killed? Now, I want to warn you as I narrate this, it's disturbing. We'll stop at the point right before the murder, but you'll know what's happening. Even the president described this. The shocking surveillance video shows a Ukrainian refugee brutally stabbed to death on a city train last month. There's no way she sees this coming. You see the people on the other side of the train are focused on their phones or looking away. He takes that moment and he kills her. It happened just before 10 p.m. on Friday, August 22nd. 23-year-old Irina Zarutsky got on that train, and minutes later, an alleged homeless ex-convict with more than a dozen arrests stabbed her, killed her. It happened so fast that other passengers really didn't notice until it was too late. And the suspect then walks to the other end of the car, blood dripping both from the knife in his hand and his bloody footprints, and kind of stands and he waits to see if he can get off that train. And then he starts walking around the other members of the people inside that locked car.
Wow.
He's near them. Lord only knows what he could have done. Finally, he got off at the next stop. Police identified 35-year-old DeCarlos Brown as that suspect. He has a lengthy criminal history, are we shocked? Including 14 arrests on charges like armed robbery, assault, and making threats. The city's Democratic mayor is facing backlash for thanking media partners. We're supposed to act independently. Well, they're not journalists, whoever those partners are. And then she thanks community members who have, quote unquote, chosen not to repost or share the footage out of respect for Irina's family. Cheryl, this is more than heartbreaking. It's disgusting, and we want more of it.
Yeah, I understand you guys are about to have your round table about your feelings, and I get it, but we just wanted to show the content as well as much as the follow-up that we can. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to keep on moving forward. We're going to get some information on Hannity right now because we got a Bills naff going on. They're saying, not me, he's saying that the Democrats are errorizing Americans, saying that this is Stephen Miller right here. Let's get into some Stephen Miller on Hannity because Bugatti can't say these words because y'all know I'm being on point nowadays because I know they got you.
Now, despite the endless pushback from the left, President Trump is not backing down on his promise to make our country safe again. As ICE raids in Chicago, they have now begun. Here with reaction, Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Homeland Security Advisor, our friend Stephen Miller. Well, I mean, a lot of crimes are being committed by illegals, unvetted, allowed in by Harris and Biden and Mayorkas. All right, so last weekend it was 58 shot, 8 dead. This weekend, 19 shot and 7 dead, or 8 dead now. I guess at this point. So, I mean, the crime continues. They don't seem to care. Illegal immigrant crime continues. They want open borders. They don't want any vetting, and they want criminals to stay on the street. Maybe you could do that which Sean Duffy and myself cannot do. Maybe you can explain the mentality.
Thank you, Tommy.
The Democrat Party, Sean, is terrorizing the American people. Just think about what is happening in our major cities, the bloodbaths every single weekend. One victim after another, one shooting after another, one murder after another. When you have Democrat politicians like Pritzker and Newsom that are freeing illegal alien pedophiles, illegal alien child abductors, illegal alien murderers back into our streets to kidnap people, to beat them senseless, to stab them and shoot them to death, this is terrorism being waged against the American people. And then you look at that video that chills our very souls out of Charlotte, that beautiful young woman stabbed to death, murdered savagely on a subway, just trying to get home from work, fleeing war, only to run into a Democrat war zone here in our country.
Crazy.
That monster, 14 prior arrests in and out. The Democrat policies of catch and release for barbarians and savages is truly an act of terror, Sean, against the American people.
I gotta say that somebody in the comments hit the nail right on the head. It's a mental health issue when it comes down to this person. And it's probably the same reason why they kept letting them out, because they probably were using that excuse. Y'all be knowing what y'all talking about in these comments. Y'all be knowing, because y'all pay attention. And yes, we want to pray for the person that lost their life in this tragic event, because she did not even expect something like that to happen. And like they said, she was fleeing somewhere else to try to find peace and to start a new life. Sadly, she came somewhere else and that happened. She just lost her life after working such a hard, long day and trying to build her life. We ask for peace in this situation. We ask for calmness, and we ask for strength in this tragic time so that we can get through it as a community and as a country. We got to do better. We ask this today in Jesus' name. Amen. We'll keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we're going to get over to Washington, to Tom Homan. And they're saying, you know what? We're going to continue to crack down on the sanctuary cities. That's what Tom Homan is saying. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. Y'all know why we do the prayers. First of all, out of respect and love. Secondly, next clip might be something dancing around or music, and we don't play like that. We got to show respect first, and then we keep moving forward.
Can you highlight what other cities you guys... I'm not in the loop on that. Can you highlight what other cities you guys are looking to? Yeah, like Los Angeles, San Francisco. Sanctuary cities. What about Los Angeles? I'm not going to forecast where we're doing operations. But I've been honest. Sanctuary cities are prioritized, so figure it out. Sanctuary cities, we all know who they are. They can see an increase in ICE enforcement in those cities.
What about in Republican states?
Are they sanctuary cities? Is there a crime issue there? Yes. The president's concerned about crime. If there's crime, I don't think he cares where it is. If there's a crime issue that he can help fix, he's going to fix them. As far as my concern as the borders are, if it's a sanctuary city, I say it again, we know there's a problem there. We're going to focus attention on those bases. Anything else?
You say you've been on the ground in Chicago, so how are you exactly ramping up, or what can we expect to see in places like Chicago? You said you've been there.
More agents on the ground. Look, in Chicago, right after we came, President took office, the first place I went to was Chicago. And one day, I was there just one day. One day we arrested, it was either 7 or 9 child predators. We arrested 9 members of TDA. We arrested gang members that were selling handguns with a switch installed, which makes those handguns fully automatic, selling them to other gang members. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that had a murder conviction walking the streets. So one day when I was there, we made Chicago that much safer. So that's why we're back there. You know, we're going to continue to go to these sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities are sanctuaries for criminals.
Gotta say it, man, and they get mad at you for when you start telling it. Oh, what you doing? You're a snitch. How you telling Bugatti? You know why? Because Bugatti tired. I'm tired. I am tired. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired of seeing people lose their lives. I'm tired of seeing our communities being taken advantage of. I'm tired of my people being taken advantage of. I am tired of being taken advantage of or trying to be swindled out of my business and what I got going on. And that's just being straight up right there. Real talk. I'm not playing around. Not. Because I have a business, and the next thing you know, they roll up to my people talking about, hey, don't work for him, fire him, and take me. You think I don't got to deal with it too? Y'all think I'm just suits all day? No, I take this suit off and I go do 3 other jobs. You don't make no money doing this YouTube stuff, especially not live. You know what I'm about to make this month? It says 60 bucks so far. My suit costs more than $60. One of them. Don't make no money on here. And I appreciate the people that super chat, but no. I'm just trying to make my point here. I get up and do this every day because I want to, period. And because I love the people in the chat. Keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to go on over to LA where Meghan demands the royal treatment. That's right. Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, she demands the royal treatment. She's like, look, if we're going back over there, we're going to be over there with your family, I want to make sure that they roll out the red carpet for me. Not only that, I am demanding that they curtsy. I want them to curtsy for me. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's rock.
Look, of course, Prince Harry is in the UK and he reportedly came up with a list of demands for his trip. They include full security for him and his family, press control that would be coordinated by Buckingham Palace. I mean, it sounds like a bit of a...
Reconciliation at a price. Prince Harry's list of demands ahead of his UK return and reunion with King Charles leaves the couriers reeling. They can't believe about his demands, what he's asking for.
Joke, Kinsey.
Well, I will be honest with you. I'm not sure how much I trust this source. I mean, Harry does have protection as long as he works with Ravik and gives them 28 days notice and gives them his itinerary. He is protected by the government when he arrives. He is on this trip. So 9 out of 10 times he gets exactly the type of security he needs. But you're right. The list is ridiculous. Once Meghan treated as an HRH, that's the most realistic on the list where you can go, I can see these two having the audacity to say that people need to bow and curtsy to Prince Harry's wife. And then it was that he wanted the Buckingham Palace to help control the press narrative when he does, if he were to meet with King Charles. And I don't see that happening here either, because with this particular visit, he's handpicked Sussex-friendly media that he will allow to have access to him.
Now, Buckingham Palace has announced the funeral of Catherine, Duchess of Kent, will be held at Westminster Cathedral on September.
All right, so I try to give it up for the UK. You know, we try to give some love over there. We gave y'all some love. Come on now. I don't know who cares and who wears or whatever, but yes, got to show some love to the UK. We got to keep on moving forward. Let's get a glimpse into the Surviving Jeffrey Epstein Kiki information. Kiki Doe describes Epstein experience. And this is an extended scene right here. Let's get into some real Epstein information right here. We're going to stack this deck right here because I got a lot that I want to lay out and get you guys updated on. Let's go. We got Jeffrey Epstein was found no longer alive in his cell on August the 10th, 2019, after his arrest on the number 6 trafficking and conspiracy charges. Let's keep on going. Officials ruled it is, I can't say that word, was on federal traffic, and yeah, she pleaded not guilty.
I lived in a model's apartment in...
I want you guys to understand what's about to happen here. We got models back in the 80s that were early 90s that were struggling, that were living with each other in like small places like hostels with beds stacked on each other. When somebody asks you or tell you that you got a job, you're happy. If somebody can find a way for you to get your next meal, you're happy. So when you hear this offer of $200 back then, it was a lot of money for these struggling actors, as well as the minors that didn't know any better. Let's go, y'all. I'm not going to get into the details, not going to go that far. I want you to see how there were. Like I said earlier, there's not just Epstein. It's not just Ghislaine. The maid, head down, already knew what was going on because she feels a certain way. She knows what's about to happen. The people that actually had anything to do with the scheduling is what we're talking about here. Those are the names I'm talking about. Those people do not need to be protected. As far as the maid, probably. But that other person, Get him! Get her. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Now we got some more information on what? Let's get to some more transparency information on Jeffrey Epstein, you guys. We stacking this deck this morning. What we got over here? We got Speaker Mike Johnson and Hakeem Jeffries. They're basically talking about this information right here. Let's go. About the birthday card
Mr. Johnson, are you at all concerned about the birthday message that President Trump apparently sent to or left for Jeffrey Epstein?
I've been a little busy today. I haven't dialed in on that. I'm told that it's fake. So. Thank you.
I know what you were getting at.
No,
though.
I want to know if you
Okay.
saw the birthday book, and they should give you
No, I
36 more
haven't.
than
I haven't seen
you
it, but as soon as I look at it, I'll let you know what I think about it. I always do. But
Once again, trying to pour gas on the fizziah. I swear, boy. Woo! Oh, you can. Every time with him.
no, but you know, we need to ask the right questions. Like, I want to be able to give these women a platform to be able to identify who abused them, who raped them, who were the predators, who trafficked them. But I don't want them to get sued either for coming forward. I mean, I just lived that nightmare, and I don't want that. I'm living that nightmare with a couple of Jane Does. But I want to make sure that we're protecting these women, because it can't just be one person goes to jail when over 1,000 women were trafficked. Who held the door? Who drove the cars? Who opened the door? Who flew the planes? Who serviced? Who provided food? You know, somebody, some people, lots of people saw a lot of things, and we've got to get to the bottom of it. No, I don't believe that it's a hoax. I do believe that there are Democrats. I do believe that there are people on the left that are trying to make it something about Trump that it's not, and I think that's what he's talking about when he talks about hoax. But I've not talked to him personally about this at all. But I just know that as a survivor, I want to protect all survivors. And I want to give these girls, these women who've been fighting for justice for 30 years and still don't have it, I want to give them every ounce of a platform that we can up here in Congress to get the...
Your reaction to this Epstein estate documents that were released to the House Oversight Committee, specifically the president's letter that he sent apparently to Epstein, that is part of these documents.
That's the first I've heard about it, honestly.
This is a letter. Do you want to look at it? Do you want to look at it?
Is that the one he said didn't exist?
Yeah, he said it didn't exist, and is it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, anybody can do a signature. We've seen the auto pen's been used quite a bit with the Biden administration. So I've never known Trump to be much of an artist either. So I kind of draw that into question.
All right, because your boy, oh my, see how he be on it? Not only did he mention it, he had a copy in his pocket. Ooh, haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. I don't even want none of the above. He was just hating. That boy right there, boy. We got to keep on moving forward. We're going to get to this new batch of information from the Epstein files released by the Oversight Committee. And yes, the list is in the description, y'all. This list right here that they're talking about. I mean, it's a lot of redactions going on, a lot of stuff that you might want to see. But the way that we got it piled, all three, you definitely might want to see it.
Committee from the Epstein estate showed Trump.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it shows Trump had written that letter. You know,
it's the same clip, but it's the beginning.
About Epstein. What if just...
I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't see it.
So I haven't seen it yet.
Do you think there should be an investigation? Part of the investigation look into Trump's relationship with Epstein?
No.
Now he said, do you think that there should be an investigation into Trump's relationship with Epstein?
No, I know you guys are begging for something to go after Trump about. He is not a pedophile. I think it's ridiculous to even make that argument. I do think we need to go after people like Prince Andrew. We should be persecuting and prosecuting him for crimes committed on U.S. soil, and anybody else that touched an underage girl. And you can't tell me, we talked about this last week, you have over 1,000 victims and only one accomplice. So, you know, I want to see sunlight. I didn't like that Oversight put out those documents last week and had every single name redacted. Like, that's ridiculous. And we all want to see sunlight. I also want to work with the victims here. If they're willing to shed some light on who some of these predators and child rapists are, then I want to find a way to be able to communicate that protects them. Because what I have learned personally is that when you do come forward as a victim or as a survivor, that then your alleged abuser sues you. So we don't want to put them in jeopardy either, but I am more than willing to open the books on this, put a lot of sunlight on it, and find out who these people were that were trafficking all these girls.
Yes, that's the extra part that we're talking about. Those 2-3 words that she just said at the end of it. That's what we're really trying to get to. Not trying to blame anybody or throw anybody under the bus. But check this out. If you held the door, if you had something to do with it, yes, I don't care what nobody say. We need to know, because you probably had something else funky going on. Now we got to get on over to this interviews with this disturbing details of how he got when he was alone with these girls. I'd say this contradicts Ghislaine Maxwell's lie about Epstein being impotent. She tried to say he was impotent. Are you crazy? She tried to lie already in her last interview with the state with the AG. She lied and said that he was impotent. All these girls going up to his room, getting all these massages and stuff, and telling what they got going, what's going on with this man after the fact, and he got the nerve to lie, talking about he was impotent.
So let's continue to break it down and bring in my next guest here to help us do that. This is Kaylin Deese with the Washington Examiner. Thanks so much for being with us. We always appreciate it.
We did that already, Kaylin. I think we're going to keep on moving forward to the next one, buddy, because I want y'all to get this. Where we at with it? There we go. There we go. There we go.
Victims of the late Jeffrey Epstein launched a new call on the Trump administration to not only release the investigative files, all of them tied to Epstein's sex trafficking crimes. They also say they will compile their own list of Epstein's accomplices. Yesterday, a large group of several victims told their stories of abuse to the House Oversight Committee, moving at least one member of Congress to tears. Our investigative reporter, Terry Parker, has been digging into the victims' stories and exactly what Epstein did to them for years now. She's in the newsroom with a deeper look into the case.
14
years ago, you obtained exclusive video on the victims' very first statements.
Right. I also want to know about these parents. They're saying that a lot of the parents thought that they were models and stuff. And then when you think about it, at this specific time, Jeffrey Epstein had intertwined himself with modeling agencies, different agencies that you guys know about, like what's the other one? The clothing company, Victoria's Secret, because he was dealing with the owner. That's who he was, one of his financiers, right? So they looked at him, the models looked at him, as well as other associations, looked at him like he had a modeling agency, or like he just knew how to acquire beautiful models. Check this out, y'all.
Hi, Todd. In 2019, I was the first reporter to ever obtain and broadcast dozens of teenage victims' statements to police back in 2006. And since then, their stories haven't changed.
I am conducting an ongoing investigation for quite some time now on a subject by the name of Jeffrey Epstein.
When Palm Beach police began interviewing teenagers in 2005, they were astonished at what dozens told them about Jeffrey Epstein.
Every girl that meets Jeffrey starts off with giving him a massage. The more you do with him, the more you make. Basically,
it said the more you do with him, the more you make. You start off doing a massage. I don't want to say this stuff.
if you take off your clothes, you're gonna make more. If you let him do things to you, you're gonna make more.
Like do things, you mean touch you?
Yeah, touch you in inappropriate places.
This girl says she was recruited to go to Epstein's when she was 16, but she wouldn't do everything Epstein wanted.
I did it naked, but I wouldn't like let him touch me or anything like that. So after that, he's like, you know what? He's like, listen, I'll pay you $200 for every girl that you bring to me.
So she started telling other girls, most disadvantaged from broken homes, who needed money, that there was a way to make it if they weren't too squeamish.
She's like, oh, do you need to make any extra money? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I can give you, like $200. There's this older guy in Palm Beach. He gets a lot of massages from girls. That was really, that's all she told me.
It's like a train. It's like, I introduce them to all my friends. She'll bring her friends, and then she'll bring her friends. It goes on and on.
Did Jeff know anybody's real true age, or he didn't care?
I don't think he cared. He told me the younger the better.
We're police officers in Palm Beach County, Florida.
This is video of police conducting a search warrant on Epstein's house we received as a result of a public records request. The girls told them they came in through the kitchen. Epstein kept a massage bed in his master bathroom. He would come in wearing only a towel.
He asked me to take my shirt off, so I took my shirt off, and that's how that was it.
Did you ever take your panties off and could be completely nude?
Every now and then, yeah.
Whew, yeah, y'all, we only take 2 minutes. We got 2:40 on that one. I wanted you guys to hear actual victim accounts, because you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of people in the comments doing stuff like, yeah, well, they took the money. Yeah, well, they did this. They did it when they was that age, the age when they wasn't supposed to be dealing with nobody that was up to nothing like that. And like somebody else in the comments said, what's up with the parents? Accountability needs to be looked for. We got to get on over to South Carolina, because we got this outrage and this silence of the chilling videos of that woman that lost her life. Check this out, you guys. We got a lot of different mixed reactions on this. I'm trying to shed a light on this story right here because this is how people feel. And when you're riding the trains and when you're going certain places, people get scared now because they never know if something like this could happen.
Ukrainian refugee's life right before being stabbed to death by a man with a lengthy criminal record on a train in North Carolina. This happened weeks ago.
North Carolina.
Todd Pyro, look, she's just on her phone, has no idea what's about to happen. Todd Pyro is here with the latest. Hey, Todd.
The most horrific video, or at least one of that I think we've seen on this program. Surveillance video obtained by News Nation shows 23-year-old Irina Zarutska. She was boarding the train in Charlotte, North Carolina last month. She took a seat right in front of the alleged suspect, but around 4 minutes later, the suspect pulls out a knife and just begins stabbing the victim 30 times, including once in her neck. The suspect later wandered through the train before exiting at the next stop. He was arrested shortly after the stabbing, hospitalized thereafter, before being arrested on a charge of first-degree murder. Records obtained by the New York Post shows he has a lengthy history of convictions dating back more than a decade, including felony larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and communicating threats.
14 different charges, y'all. I'm not going to stop promoting this, not going to stop because of the simple fact that I got on the train yesterday. I'm like this. I'm serious. And I'm not trying to be no feels near monger because I know people love to hit me with that. But after seeing that, you would be a little more cautious. And then I'm in New York, but a lady got ignited and people were just looking and passing and making a video. The officers wasn't even doing nothing. We got to get on over. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Terrible, tragic situation. Now let's get on over to Auckland, New Zealand, where this video shows a car basically nosedives off of a ferry into the terminal, then into the water. Some drunk driver, I guess he was drunk, fell asleep at the wheel or whatever. I guess he thought he was hitting the brake and he hit the gas. Next thing you know, that's the end of your ass because your car is now in the river. And he got locked up. Check this out. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Boop, boopy doop doop. Yeah, he was drunk. No audio. Don't worry about no audio because that was just a surveillance camera. So I see some people over there basically saw it happen to him, basically right through the bus terminal, right off the terminal, right into the river. Right, and now he down there. Car surfing over to the side now. You guys gonna see the car come into the play in a minute. Now that's him outside the window there, floating next to the car. Luckily, people up there started throwing those life rings down to him, and he was able to get out of the water. So yeah, this is what drinking and driving can do, y'all. Be careful out there. They're gonna get him out the water, but guess what? He got locked up, and then they had to pull his car out. I bet he would think twice about having a couple of drinks before that happens again, huh? Yeah, So some people down there gonna throw him some life preservers and stuff, you see. And then shortly after that, they're saying that the police came, and I guess they got the truck out because it's going straight down right now. That truck is out of there. All of the motor. All of the water in the front gonna send it down. But yeah, they got him out of there and he got arrested. Yeah, man. It goes to show you. I always wonder how accidents happen, when and what could it be. We know how that one happened. Boom, 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 boom. Too much of the sauce. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all, because we got to go over to this stand your ground defense. They deny this murderer suspect who got pregnant in jail. She's trying to get some leniency, y'all. Check this out. Trying to get somebody to say, oh, no, but she's pregnant. Yeah, guess what? Before, you did the crime. Now you got to do the time. Even if you're pregnant, don't do it.
Denied for a woman accused of shooting and killing her partner. She wanted to claim... Defense denied for a woman accused of shooting and killing her partner. She wanted to claim stand your ground. Daisy Link also made headlines last year after getting pregnant while in jail. Local 10's Leanne Woody-Hong is joining us live from the courthouse in Miami with more on this.
Pregnant
Leanne, what happens
while
next?
in jail.
Her attorney tried to argue that she shot her boyfriend because she was in fear for her life, but the judge didn't see it that way.
The defense's motion for the immunity regarding the stand your ground, essentially to have these charges dismissed, is denied.
A Miami-Dade judge denied a stand your ground motion filed on behalf of Daisy Link. The 30-year-old who observed via Zoom is accused of shooting and killing her partner Pedro Jimenez back in 2022. It happened outside her home in Homestead in June of that year. The state says surveillance video shows her holding a gun and walking away from Jimenez as he bled to death after shooting him in the leg. She's also heard saying something to him. Link also made
Ooh, she said it's not a major artery. You'll be fine. Wow, that's cold right there.
heard saying something to him. Link also made headlines last year for becoming pregnant by another inmate while incarcerated.
It did have this long history between them.
Her defense team tried to get the second-degree murder case dropped, arguing in their motion that she and Jimenez were in a tumultuous relationship marred by long-term physical abuse and domestic violence. They say Link fired a shot in self-defense because she was in fear for her life. The judge ruled that for several reasons, including her behavior after the shooting and her own statements, that stand your ground did not apply.
One of the key pieces of evidence is the Ring camera and the behavior of the defendants immediately after the shooting, which included a calm and joking demeanor.
They said she was at a calm and joking demeanor. That's one of the reasons. The second thing is because they got the Ring camera footage and they heard what she said on that Ring camera, talking about I didn't hit an artery. That is foul right there. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content that I've been bringing to you since 6 o'clock, because that's what we do, because we are number one host and the number one co-host at this hour. Y'all already know what it is. It's our bottom line. H plus OUR, because we go longer than an hour. That's right, you guys. And also, I know it's hard out here for a pimp, so I ain't trying to get nothing out your pockets. I got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen. We can make a little bit of cup of Bustelo in a little while. So I ain't gonna try to hit your pockets or nothing like that. But what I would appreciate if you guys can get those likes up, because what that does, it gets more people notified of what we got going on over here. You don't believe me? Hit that like button. The next thing you're gonna see in the comments is, what's going on over here? That's because you guys hit that like button. YouTube saw it, sent up a notification and said, you know what? Something going on over there. So next thing you know, you see the full circle, and that's because you guys hit the button, and we appreciate you. Also, if you have not turned on the post notifications, hit that too. Hit that post notifications, subscribe, and become a member. We got to keep on going forward, you guys, because it ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. It ain't over. Party's not over. Groove me. Y'all don't know about that one, right, baby? Tonight, even if it's fun. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna do Groove Me tomorrow. Y'all ready? Let's go. Elephant beats up a honey badger after it attacks him. Come on now, not an elephant beating up on no little honey badger. They say those honey badgers be wanting to fight, but how crazy could you be trying to fight an elephant? Who? Why? Where? And when does something like this happen? I don't know who put this on here. I don't like to see stuff like this, but it's in the wild, and the honey badger asked for it. So yeah. He over there minding his business, the elephant walking away. He running up on the elephant, and he want beef. He start biting his feet. So it's attacking it, and it's, and you see what happened, right? All he had to do was a little bit of boop, 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 little stomp, see? And you know, elephants are smart. He like, hey, I ain't want to do it to you, but you ran up and started biting my ankles. I'm already scared of mice. He walking away like, okay, I told you not to mess with me. That's it. Now all I did was beat you up a little bit. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Wait, what you say? You said something else? Look here, little honey badger. I know you. No, you not. You serious? Oh, now you want to creep on me. Okay. Now you want to creep on me. You know what? I tried to be nice. Dance, dance, dance. Dance mania. Dance, dance. Dance mania. Oh, little flipsy. Little flipsy. I told you to leave me alone, didn't I? And I'm still not trying to hurt you too bad, but you still, see what I'm saying? All right, this is it. That's it.
And it's still going.
Yo, that honey badger got some fight in him, boy. How you going against the elephant? Let me tell you something. If the spirit of that elephant was that of that honey badger, that'd be a lot of trouble right there. You know what that remind me of, y'all? You know what that remind me of? That reminds me of a chihuahua. The chihuahuas, that's one of the little Spanish lady, the old lady's dog, the chihuahua, he'd be ready to tear you up. Could you imagine if you take the anger in the chihuahua and put it in a pit bull or a cane corso? Woo, we have a lot of trouble out here with that dog, boy. Because it's funny how they think that they big. They got a Napoleon complex. We got to get on over to Philadelphia. Because we got this woman, she actually had the nerve to berate a father and son over a home run ball. Now the ball went over there and he was trying to get the ball for his son. He went and got the ball and brought it to his son. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that the man went a little too far and took the ball? Or do you think that he was justified by how he took the ball because what happens after is pretty cool. I want you guys to see this whole clip, but I want to know right now if you guys think that he was wrong for the way that he took this ball. Let me know what you guys think if you're a Phillies or a baseball fan. So what we got here is a home run pitch. And you know, in the stands, it's every man for himself when that ball goes on the loose. Everybody runs for it. Check this out, you guys.
Sometimes you need that reset.
Now we got the Marlins make up for rude Phillies fan that berated a family for getting the home run ball.
Bader just unloads on this one, deep left field, and that one is gone as Bader goes back to back with Brandon. What a long home run to left for Harrison Bader. It's his 15th of the year and his third since joining the Phillies. It's 5-1.
Then he met with one of the players because the players didn't like the way that happened either. The players gave him a bat, and guess what? He got an autographed ball anyway. Now what? How about that? And he got a glove. So he got a gift for his birthday because it was his birthday. He got a bat and he got a glove and he got an autographed baseball. Don't you like the way that things work out? That's like when the A team is over, they'd be like, I love it when the plan comes together. Now, as far as the lady that was berating them and ran over there about the ball, kind of sticky situation. What do you guys think? Do you think that she was right for running over there like that? Or do you think that she was wrong? Do you think the father knew what he was doing the whole time and just was playing the game and then ran over there and actually added the animation? You guys let me know what you think in the comments right there. Well, here we go. I take that over the ball any day, says Casey. Justice been served. The father also used a teachable moment. Property, de-escalate. Yeah, you're right. Properly, de-escalate. Shame on her, 100. I would have never gave Karen the ball, says some soul. Guess who Karen voted for? Who else you got? Coffee Farmer. Nah, fam. Trans. Okay, what we got? Okay, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Keep on moving forward right now. So y'all don't think we got a mixed emotion going on over here about this baseball game situation. But okay, let's keep moving forward. Yesterday, if you guys made it this far in the show, you saw an orca take out a killer shark. And I didn't even know that orcas were that dangerous. I mean, when I was little, I saw a movie called Orca. Woo, that movie had me scared of orcas. I thought that they were pretty, like, dolphins and like other animals and whales and stuff. I love all animals. I still love orcas, but I ain't messing around with them because they will probably do something to you. So check this out. Really quick situation right here. We got a brave kayaker that takes a bold decision when he gets approached by an orca. Instead of trying to run away, I'm gonna show you guys what he did. Check this out. And these orcas, they're very smart, and like I said, they can take out a whale. I mean, a shark. So this fearless kayaker. He takes a brave leap, and watch what he does instead of trying to swim or trying to get out of there. He gets in the water with the orca. He starts interacting with the orca, playfully swimming around with the massive creature. The orca begins circling him curiously, like he's welcomed the kayaker into his world. As the kayaker returns to his board, the gentle orca follows closely behind. Gentle my butt. But isn't goodbye yet. Imagine this kind of encounter as the kayaker climbs onto his paddle boat. The orca lingers by his side for a while, like he doesn't want the moment to end. The gentle giant then starts playing again, gracefully swimming under the board, as if to say a peaceful, slow goodbye, before drifting back to the orca's friends. This proves nature still has the power to surprise us. After this video, I watched this video yesterday, it made me think, if they such bad animals and they such, intense and they can do such danger and harm to other animals, that must mean that this orca just, I guess he was razzle-dazzled at this time, wasn't thinking like that. Or what I saw yesterday, I saw 6 out of 7 orca be saved off of beach. People standing there for hours, throwing water on them when they get brought in by the tide. There are so many people that love whales and animals. There's people out there with buckets, making sure they stayed wet, put material on them, sheets and all sorts of wet napkins and stuff like that on them so that they wouldn't scar themselves by being against the rocks. So then I started thinking like this, what if that was one of those orca that was actually saved by human beings? And that's why it's okay for him to be around humans, and he just probably came over to say what's up. You guys never know what this world is going to bring us. I just thought that was a beautiful scene right there where a big orca, something like that, could actually have an interaction with a human being. It's probably something that will never have happen to us in our lifetime. That was a major story right there. We'll keep on moving forward, you guys. Now we got to get on over to China, where these strangers jump into a river to save a drowning dog. Yes, this is our dog section, our animal section. Y'all know how we do it over here because we love the animals. This dog made a mistake and slipped into the river. It's helpless. It's struggling to get out the river until the people saw him. Now, homie, that broom ain't helping me. Even the dog is like, could you come on, please? I'm paddling here. Y'all got me doing 360s. They leaned over the edge and stretching their arms with all their strength. Beautiful story. I love to see saving animals, all stuff like this. I could do this all day, y'all. But right about now, you know what I'm going to request? Go ahead and get the dog out the water before I just jump in there and get him myself. But the gap was too wide, hoping to see him slip away. Why are y'all using that mop? That dog ain't gonna grab onto no mop. You gotta get down there. You gotta get into it, buddy. Grab him. There you go. Forget your sneakers and your pants and your cell phone. Just go get him. There we go. There we go. It's the proper way to save a drowning dog. Man, if you don't get that broom out of there, well, I guess the mop worked now. Get the dog. Just get him. Pull him. Hey, not his ear. grabbing him by his ear. What are you doing? I mean, I guess being saved is being saved, but ooh, my ear hurt now, homie. I mean, you broke my ear trying to save me. We're gonna give some love for the people for saving the dog, because no matter how he did it, he did it. Go ahead and double tap that screen and give some love for the dog. That's right, y'all. That happened in China, where we love animals no matter what. We got one last one for you guys right here. I ain't even gonna call it the last, but this the maraschino right here, because this little fella didn't even have a chance. He was already out of it. This is a fawn. A fawn, which is a baby deer, fell into a river and he was already gone, y'all. I'm talking about just already gone until Superman swoops in and saves his life. I call this man Superman / Tarzan, because this fawn was out of there. And what they did, I just love stuff like this. Yes, I love it. A wildlife rescuer is called to a well where a tiny fawn has fell in. He's unconscious and his time is running out. He tries to reach her, but he can't quite get to her. Every second counts, so he adjusts the rope and launches himself out, and he got her. Pulls her by the horns. The fawn isn't breathing. He automatically starts to make compression. She has no horns, I'm sorry. Now, when he couldn't get her to come through by compressions, he put her whole mouth in his mouth to try to do mouth to mouth. She still doesn't respond. He's still working on her. Still working on her. Still working on her. All of a sudden, she kicks her leg and she makes a little sound. They lower the basket to lift her out. The poor thing is extremely cold and the danger isn't over. They quickly dry her off with a towel. And keep rubbing her to restore her body heat. I'm sure before this, she probably had never touched a human, but while giving a little one as much love as possible, she begins to perk up and warms up. It could have been a tragedy turned into a miracle. Hey man, let me tell you something. If this could be me going down and saving animals and doing this for the rest of mine and having you guys watching those kind of videos, I'll be all for it. I don't want to play that other kind of news. I don't be caring about all that crazy stuff going on. I like the world, human beings having fun, being safe, and animals. That's what I like, y'all. But if y'all trying to make some money, all y'all got to do is hit that link in the description and you can make up to $750. And yes, we also got a whole bunch of the Jeffrey Epstein files in there. Everything that's available is in that description right there. So y'all go ahead and hit that link in the description. Also, you might be a mobile barber. You might be a lawn doctor. You know how to barbecue. I don't know what kind of business that you have, but if you're trying to promote it, come on, send it on over to us so we can help you promote it. It has to be in a 1080 by 1080 form in order to fit in the post notification area. Y'all know what to do. Send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Make sure that it's 1080 by 1080, because if it's not, it ain't gonna fit in that link over there. I tried it before. It has to be a certain size. That's right. We want to help you promote your business. And because you subscribed here or because you're a member, all you got to do is send that over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. 1080 by 1080, and I will put it up so everybody here can see your business and what you got going on. Also, yes, next week we will be doing the Show Your Talent Search in Brooklyn. That's the Show Your Talent Search where you guys come through and show your boy Boogotti what your talent is. I don't know if you're a dancer, you might be a chef, I don't know what you are, but whatever you are, and if you have a talent doing it, we want to give you $250 in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. That's right, you guys. We got our next location that's going to be in Brooklyn's in the house. Last one was in the Bronx at the Throgs Neck Superstore, right over there off the Throgs Neck Bridge. You guys right there, 519 Throgs Neck. Right over there by the Superstore. We're in there with the Big Drip. That's right. Last week, we was up in there with Donna, DJing and doing our thing. So we're bringing that to Brooklyn. And whoever want to show their talent in Brooklyn, y'all step up. If y'all want to be a part of that talent search, all you got to do is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's right, you guys, www.drinkbigdrip.com. I will be the host at that event. And this is Big Drip, the sponsor of the event. All you got to do, go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, fill out the mailing list, and we'll know. We'll send you the address of where the next location is going to be. Today, Hump Day, Wednesday. Check this out, you guys. Don't worry. He made us get up another day. That means that if you had a problem yesterday, you got problems constantly coming at you, that does not mean to give up. Long as the man upstairs give us another day to fight and keep on getting it right, we're going to keep on doing it. Sometimes you might have a bad day where you're like, you know what, I just want to grab the covers and try to start it all over again tomorrow. Well, guess what? As long as the Lord gives you a chance to do it and you're being persistent and you're not giving up and you're moving forward, I believe that you have a chance to get it right. And that's why I keep on doing what I do and why we keep on coming here. And everybody, let me give you a shout out. We want to pray for Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. Want to pray for Batty Lynn, Mark Dorfman, also Casey Ramos, who always holds us down, VIP Auction Group. Want to make sure that we're showing massive love to Jeremy Spilker. That's right. That's right. Everybody who's always here with us. Bruno, Amy Lynn, the new people, Mark Dorfman, So DeVito, everybody that's here. Want you guys to take this prayer today. Let it cover you and you guys be safe and have a fantastic day. I want all of you guys to do that. Amen. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all, Thursday, let's get it. Y'all stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and it is what it is. Get 'em. Peace.